Hello, everyone, and welcome to A Closer Look. I am Karen Sully, and we have, again, Tom Cratsley with us. He is the Associate Director of Fellowships of the Spirit and School of Healing and Prophecy. And Tom is teaching an upcoming workshop, 11 Fundamentals of Restructuring. It's actually on the Columbus Day weekend, Friday, the October 8th through the rest of the weekend. And it's I'm sure jam-packed with all sorts of things. Do you want to give us an overview here?
Yeah, the workshop is really a training. It's learning how to do the process that I developed back in the early '80s, and it's a methodology for getting at unconscious resistance patterns, and in a sense, or deprogramming them, in the unconscious mind. What I like about the process, and when I developed it, and I found over and over again throughout the years, is that it's incredibly empowering for the person that goes through the process, so that by the time they're finished, they feel totally peaceful, totally comfortable in the midst of the trauma that caused the pattern, the stubborn pattern that um, they're frustrated with and they need to get rid of. In a sense, in one session, it ends the pattern.
Oh, okay.
Right. And that's what it's about. And it's multidimensional in nature. It is not the traditional um, hypnosis, that the person goes into a relaxed state and goes back to the source of something. What I do with people is I take them um, into a disturbed experience of what the issue is in present, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from that disturbance, they trace it back to its source in their history.
Oh, okay.
So while they're present with the source, they make changes in terms of how they're relating to that source memory. And it's always a traumatic experience. Sometimes it's past life. Sometimes people go back to the womb. Sometimes they go back to childhood experiences. There's no way of knowing at the outset where it's going to take them. But one of the reasons that these stubborn patterns and issues remain in people's lives is because at the time they were originated and started, people felt utterly powerless to do anything about the original trauma. And so it leaves them in a constant reactive state to the conditions associated with that original trauma. All right. However,
Okay.
here's the other thing that happens, and this is why they remain unconscious. Because of the fact that we feel utterly powerless to do anything about it, and it's so miserable to look at, we don't want to keep looking at it. So we pull the shade down. So that's what causes the amnesia. Then we keep in a reactive mode every time we get near circumstances that are similar to the original trauma, and sometimes even in a mild way similar. The fight or flight gets triggered. So what this does is, while the person is present with an experience and a memory of the original trauma, they make whole new choices in relationship to it. Letting go of fear, letting go of the emotion, releasing even the physiological sensations associated with it that are often very, very powerful. And when they do that, it actually comes, they release it even in present reality. So because that memory was still there, and they understand very clearly, oh, that's why I'm always reacting this way.
Oh, okay.
And then when it's clearly defined and let go of, there's no reason to hold it anymore. So it's honoring everything that's there. It's honoring all the pain,
Mm-hmm.
all the struggle, and all of the misconceptions about the person's um, personal power, if you will. So once that's done, it's essentially taking back their power. And so, and another term I use for the restructuring work is emotional CPR.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's powerful.
yeah, contextual pattern release. So
Okay.
you're releasing from the context. You're releasing the pattern from the original context.
And when you are doing this training, you're showing others how to do this for.
Oh, yes. And everyone in the class will have the experience of conducting 2 sessions and also being the subject of 2 sessions.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's how you learn it. You learn it by just seeing the process numerous times throughout the weekend.
I see.
And being part of the process numerous times throughout the weekend. There's so much in this process that's very it's very streamlined.
Okay.
The fact that you can, in 1 hour you can have this massive transformation.
And you walk people
Amazing.
through that technique and how that's
Yeah,
done.
oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
okay.
People get scripts on how to, do the regressions and all the different kind of releasing things that are likely to occur. So there's a lot that goes into the training, so that
Okay.
people come away feeling like, okay, I can do this. You're not going to be an expert in a weekend, but
Right.
you'll have the fundamentals to be able to go ahead and practice it and work with it effectively.
Details for this upcoming training are on the website, as well as in the link, the description will have the link for more information on this. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us at Fellowships, and we look forward to possibly seeing you there.